Hello friends, today I come with my first outdoor fashion photo shoot. It was my first experience because I mostly do product and studio photography. I have seen many photographers like to take portraits or fashion outdoors because it does not require any huge investment, such as owning a studio space and lights. Though it might look like an easy task, there are few things that you need to be aware of before and while doing fashion photography outdoors. I had all things good model, camera lens and location. But I want to capture professional result in my first outdoor shoot, so I opted all techniques those drastically improve my results during this outdoor fashion photo shoot. The location is one of the first thing I should finalize while planning an outdoor photo shoot. I scoured the location before the day of the shoot to ensure that I will not waste time on the final day. It could be better if I took some photos of the places that I feel could be perfect for my images and browse through them on the day of my photo shoot. I missed that time, but I strongly recommend you try to take some photos of the place before final shoot. According to this experience, if you follow these practices for your next outdoor photo shoot, you would surely save a lot of time as you would have already pre-planned and pre-visualized your frames. So I finalized the location on the final day. I decided the wooden bridge, chairs and garden landscaping of the location. After finalize the location for the photo shoot, I need to make sure that you choose the right time of the day to capture desired results. But according to the client's time, I haven't any fixed time of the day that I should be shooting. It all depends on the client, so I am dependent on the weather condition and how I have to use the ambient light. When I started the shoot, light was very harsh. Sun was at its peak as it created hard shadows on model's face. But I had not much time according to the dresses because lot of the time utilized in the changing dresses and in the makeup. My shooting mode was a manual mode and I used aperture f3.5 to f8 and mostly used speed was 100 to 800 and I also used 100 to 400. This is my first shot and leaves shadows on the model face. I captured this shot because my client's main requirement was to finish early and give priority to the dress. Otherwise, I love to shoot after the sunrise or a couple of hours before the sunset or a cloudy day. Then the light would be soft and there would be a less contrast in the background. Camera settings for this shoot, shooting mode M, aperture 5.6 and shutter speed 1:800 seconds. And ISO I have used is a T20. In the second shot, I waited to move the sun so I can shoot in the soft light. I took this photo after shoot on the other location. In this picture, I able to capture photo with the diffuse light. Camera settings for this shot is shooting mode manual, aperture 5.6 and shutter speed is 1:320 seconds. ISO I have used is at 200. In the last photo of the location, you will find the magic of the diffuse light on the model face. That was I visualized while taking first photo and so I frame accordingly. Now I am moving to the second location that I have selected for the next shoot. The key to finding the perfect location of the outdoor portrait is not to find one that has the prettiest elements, but rather one that has objects that provide shade when there is a bright sun. That does not mean you have to shoot in the shade the entire time or even at all. Having these objects around will give you diversity in the backdrops as well as the way to diffuse the harsh light on clear days. In this picture, sunlight is not direct, it was falling from the side. Side light result is the one side of the subject being lit, while the other is a lot of darker. It can be form of the hard light where the shadows become clearly defined. When there is a strong side light on the photo, it makes us see it as a more artistic style. Side lighting not only helps to highlight the subject shape, it also brings out textures. This type of a lighting is especially good for the creating a unique mood. Lighting the subject from the side emphasizes shadows. It adds contrast while enhancing the depth as well. Camera settings for this shot, shooting mode M, aperture f.6, shutter speed is a 1:320 seconds. ISO I have used is a 200. After that, moving the next location of the gardenscapes. At that time, light was very good and perfect for the outdoor photography. It is a golden hour, means it is 2 or 3 hour gap right after sunrise or right before sunset. To get the best light, try going to 2 to 3 hours before sunset or 1.2 hours after sunrise. The sun at that time was pretty low and didn't cause contrasting shadows. It was providing great outdoor portrait lighting. Camera setting for this shot is a manual, aperture f.5, shutter speed 1:320 seconds, ISO I have used 400. In the last, I took few pictures by spreading the rose petals. When the subject is moving fast, like running or dancing, it can become even more challenging. Two other important setting to get right is your shutter speed. For any shot of a freeze motion photography, your shutter speed has to be fast. How fast the shutter speed needs to be will come down to what you are photographing. If you want to freeze the motion of a someone walking, you may need the shutter speed of 1 is to 200 second, but if you want to freeze action during a Formula 1 race, your shutter speed might need to be as fast as 1 is to 2000 seconds. In this picture, I need to freeze the rose petal, so I need the faster speed. Camera settings, I have used shooting mode manual, aperture is 4.5, shutter speed is 1 is to 500 seconds. And ISO I have used 320. Light is a good. I was using ISO 320, so speed was not an issue for me. So 1 is to 500 second is enough for me to capture the action. Aim for at least around 1 is to 250 seconds, but remember you might need to go faster. But at the same time, try to keep your ISO as low as possible. Raising your ISO too high will have a negative effect on the sharpness of your images. In this lighting condition, no need to raise ISO. Even I could use ISO around 100 to 200 because I was using aperture 4.5. So that's all for the today. I will come soon with the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.